Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Now You See It. ... This is a Disney Channel original movie. It is from 2005. It's an hour and a half. It's an hour and 29 minutes long, and yeah, it's stars Ali Michalka. You might know her from the sister singing duo Ali and AJ. AJ, her sister, used to be on the Goldbergs and also the spin-off show Schooled. But yeah, they also were in Cowbells, which is another Disney property, another Disney movie. But yeah, they're mainly a scene group. They have their most of their credits online or on IMDb are music videos. Yeah, they sing and perform. But yeah, they had their share of movies, and of course, I know her best when I first knew who she was on the show iZombie on the CW. She played Liv's best friend. So, yeah, she's this is like her acting debut. This is sort of like her first thing. This is from 2005, and honestly, she's what, 14 in this thing. I have no idea. She's a kid, and she's a very excitable, energetic kid. Uh, she's it's a really convoluted setup for a fairly simple premise. She's a girl who likes watching reality TV shows, challenges. This one has to do with magic. She's sort of signs up to find teenage magicians who will then compete to be the best magician at this magic mansion. It's kind of like the Magic Castle in Hollywood, but this takes place. It's filmed in New Orleans, Nolans. Uh, she meets a number of really bad magician kids, and then she meets one named Danny, and Danny Sinclair, yeah, played by Johnny Picard. Danny Sinclair, he is a magician that has very little control over his act. He's he's not like that he's bad. It's just that he doesn't. What ends up happening isn't usually what he expects, and I don't want to go too far into that because I don't want to spoil it for you. And mainly because I'm gonna actually recommend this movie. Yeah, I do not do that very often with Disney Plus, not with Disney Channel original movies. They're usually not very good. They're very dated, and yeah, this is dated. This is a product of its time. It is 17 years old. It's older than the kids are currently in this movie. It is now, yeah, it is now existed longer than those kids had existed at the time it was made. So yeah, so she finds Danny and figures he's the guy that they want to enter. She's into the contest, and she's kind of like his producer manager kind of thing. I don't know why it has to be teenagers. I don't know. It moves the story along rather than having adults do it, which seems kind of weirdly predatory. But hey, isn't that reality TV on every level, from Survivor to Dance Moms to the Kardashians? It's all just horrible, horrible things. Anyway, this so this is they work this out. I'm not going to ruin everything for you. I'm just going to bring you to the setup. Through the setup, they end up being one of three magicians who get picked to do the show, and they travel to this by trolley somehow for some reason to this magic mansion, where this elder magician, who seems very mysterious, played by Frank Langella. I don't know how to say the G. Dang it, Frank Langella. No matter what, I don't feel like it's right. Anyway, he's an established actor. He's the biggest actor in this thing. He's pretty freaking huge. If you don't know who he is, that means you're very young. But yeah, he's the center, sort of the centerpiece actor in this, and he seems very mysterious, and he seems to be looking at each of these kids for their powers, but he's especially interested in Danny, because when Danny tries to do a magic trick, the unexpected happens every time. and even Danny can't explain it. And so the whole push of this is her trying to get along with Danny because she's very, very, yeah, excitable, and just junior high level energy, and he's kind of jaded and over it. Like I don't know why he's really negative about it. At the same time, he wants to know what's going on with himself. But he's kind of jaded, kind of a jerk, kind of he pushes everybody away. I guess that makes sense because he feels like a freak. Either way, you don't know exactly who Frank Langella, Max is his character's name. What Max is trying to do. Does he know about Danny's powers? Does he suspect that they don't exist? Like, you don't know exactly which way Max is swinging, especially since when he makes certain reveals here and there, you don't know where he's coming from. You don't know what his whole take on Danny's magic tricks are, and that's where it's you know how Disney Channel movies pretty much, it's always a coming of age story, and it's usually always the outcast overcoming, finding friends, fighting against the man. Usually, maybe it's an adult or other bullies or something that are trying to keep them down, and they're trying to discover who they are. That's very much what this is, and it's usually done in an overtly silly way. This is not silly. There's actually, weirdly, there are certain moments where there are stakes, where you're like, this is getting a little intense. I mean, it's not big budget blockbuster movie intense, no. For a Disney Channel movie, this is one well done. The effects are iffy. The digital effects, when they start doing digital effects for, like, when they try to create a large room out of digital effects, it looks very, very fake. Yeah, that's just what you're going to get. It's a Disney Channel. It's 2005. What are you going to do? The budget isn't exactly huge. But a lot of the practical effects, some of the practical magic, yes, it's all done in editing, but there are actual magicians in this movie. Like, they're just walking through the scene inside the Magic Mansion. It's just kind of funny. And they make references to actual real magicians and illusionists and things like that. So it's grounded in reality. They're not just making up names and not making up a different reality. It's actually really well done, and some of the tricks they use are tricks that have are real tricks. Yes, the kids aren't actually doing them because, again, editing. But then there's the real worry is, of course, is Danny really magical? Because everything's out of control. How can the things he how can the things he does actually be real? Or is he that good of a magician? So there's the big question mark there, and just what is Max's role in his life? Is he going to be a mentor, or is he a villain? This is coming hot during the Harry Potter era, where obviously Wizards of Waverly Place. If certain people are looking for that, maybe. But there's all sorts of wizards and witch kind of programming on Disney at this time, and this is just one more. It's all about magic, real and otherwise. So yeah, it's it's actually, it's actually well done. It's not going to blow your mind. It's not going to go, oh my god, this is the greatest movie ever. But it's surprising. I know I keep saying it's surprisingly well done. It's just, I did not expect a lot from this because, again, usually Disney Channel movies are iffy. Let's just say that, especially when it involves the teenagers. But being Allie's or Allison's, they added an extra L in Allison, so that her name is just a little bit different than her actual name of Allison with one L. Her and her sister actually do the cover of "Do You Believe in Magic" that appears in the soundtrack of this, written by John Sebastian. I think it's from the 70s. I'm pretty sure. Older than probably your parents. If Why would you be watching this if you're a child? Okay, never mind. Not gonna go through this. Yeah, it's actually there's a song, of course. So any music you hear in this, where do you believe in magic? And I can't do any more than that because then I'll have to pay for those rights. Um, Performed by the main character, so, and her sister, kind of weird, but yeah, it surprised me. So I'm actually, if you're gonna watch a Disney Channel movie out of all of this, and you're into the whole, you know what, I kind of think, I kind of know that a lot of these things that they put out on Disney Channel for a time were kind of almost like test pilots for possible series and things like that. And she went on to do the Allie and AJ thing, and she was on. What else did she do? Oh, she's been on Disney stuff. She's been all over the place, but she. I know I keep focusing on her, but it's her and Frank Langella are the big names in this. Johnny Picard went on to do a few more things. Chris Olivero, yeah, a few others all over this, but yeah. Oh, check it out if you're actually looking for an old 17-year-old Disney Channel movie that doesn't suck. I know that's not high praise, but wow. Okay, you know what? Let's just pick tomorrow's episode.
215.
215. I just couldn't keep going on. I think there's other stuff I could tell you, but I can't remember what they were. Okay. All right. We're going on documentary level here. I think it's probably a documentary series. We haven't done an actual series at all this year yet, like a series. That isn't like a reality or documentary thing, or it could be this could be a single episode. I don't know, but we're gonna watch Heartland Docs DVM, not DMV. There's no car driving involved. Heartland Docs DVM. Don't know what that means. That's what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.